all sorts of bikes. Mountain bikes, road bikes.
We repair them and restore them.
Kids' bikes.
We sell bicycle parts for them.
The bars and various parts. A little bit of everything.
1,000 bikes.
Surprise, surprise, more bikes.
They're not all for sale.
One more room with bikes.
In this room I probably have, I never counted them.
This hallway lined with bikes.
But I guess there's probably 150 in here or maybe more.
This hallway is leading to a couple back rooms we have. Surprise, surprise, has more bikes in it. This is kind of like overflow of our bikes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 large rooms.
My name is Craig Morrow, and this is a bike shop museum, and it's called Bicycle Heaven.
My name's Matt Rind. I'm a childhood friend of Craig's.
I started collecting bikes about 25 years ago or so, maybe longer, and I always liked the antiques, the cool things and whatever.
Kind of like working for the Willy Wonka of bikes, that being Craig Morrow. Moving right along, we have some vintage bike posters on this wall. Craig collected a lot of things other than bikes.
When I used to collect them, I needed places to put them, so I found garages and rented them out. I actually have the largest collection of the Stingray bikes.
These are all Schwinn crates.
And I actually found an orange crate bike, which is one of these.
My favorite here. Lemon pillar, yellow. Orange ones are called the orange crate.
I bought it for the reason because that's what I had when I was a kid.
Red ones are apple crate.
And that was the bike everybody wanted, was a Schwinn bike.
Pea picker.
They're a collector's dream of a bike in one way.
These white ones here were called the cotton picker.
They were expensive bikes.
When I was a little kid, we called these rich kids' bikes. In this area of the country, there's a lot of surviving vintage Schwinn that's laying around in people's garages and basements and stuff. Stingray Stealth chopper bike. It's a bicycle, obviously, but modeled to look like a motorcycle chopper.
They held up good. They were made in the USA.
Oh, this is a silver one. It's called a Gray Ghost, one of the rarer ones of crates.
And there's a lot of history about them.
I believe this is possibly World War II era, maybe a little earlier.
I'm fond of pre-war bicycles also.
That's an old classic Rolly bike, the English manufacturer from way back. They've been around for 100+ years. That's a woman's road bike that's probably guessing like 1920s era. This bike, older gentleman came in a few months after we opened. 91 years old, Pittsburgh local. This was his childhood bike. He rode this in the 1920s.
My most expensive bike would be a Bowden Spacelander bike, and that's one of the first fiberglass bikes ever made.
Designed by Mr. Bowden here. He was a British automotive engineer.
The largest collection of the Bowden Spacelander bicycle.
As far as anyone knows, there's, what, 30-some?
There might be 30-some known.
In existence, and Craig has 11 of them here. This bike is a bone shaker, is what they call them. It's the oldest bike in the shop. It's a Civil War era. You can see why it's called a bone shaker. It's basically, looks to me like wagon wheels that were cobbled together. And no chain, as you see. You just sit back and pedal directly into the shaft here.
A lot of the ones that are in the museum here and whatever, I wanted to keep them here for people to look at. Some of them are so rare and so nice, it would take me forever to find another bicycle.
I think it's interesting now that he's sort of sharing it with folks and, you know, making a living on it, but also, you know, putting it out there for people that are bike people and want to see. And it's a unique collection.
I just like people really checking the bikes out. You know, they get their old childhood back when they're looking at bicycles they had when they were a kid. And I'm really surprised, actually, how many younger people come in that are really like the older bicycles. They know what a Stingray is or a chopper bicycle and things like that. And people just seem to get a smile out of it. That's why I like it.
Hollywood has even discovered bicycle heaven. Some of its bikes were used in the Oscar-winning film A Beautiful Mind, starring Russell Crowe, and several of the museum's Schwinn Stingray choppers appear in the Steven Spielberg movie Super 8.